What substance can anyone buy completely legally in 10 states that has over 4 million people hooked? Need a hint? What if we told you this substance is linked to lung disease, problems with arteries, and can affect brain development? Now what if we told you that almost half of the people that ingest this substance are only 12 to 18 years old? Any guesses? Still not sure? How about we give you some options to choose from? Do you think it's marijuana, the ingredients in an e-cig, or what about opiums? You know, like pain meds. If you guessed e-cig ingredients, you're right. A lot of people don't realize how harmful e-cigs can be and how little is actually known about them. So let's talk about it. An e-cig is an electronic cigarette that involves vaping. So what is vaping? Vaping is the action of inhaling water vapor into the lungs via a device, like an e-cig. These days, a lot of people are turning to e-cigs instead of smoking because they don't have tar and carbon monoxide found in tobacco smoke, so people think they're safe. While they may be healthier than regular cigarettes, e-cigs have a lot more than just water in their vapor. The truth is, most people don't even know what they're inhaling. E-cigs still contain nicotine, which isn't regulated by the FDA, and other toxic chemicals such as carcinogens and heavy metals. E-cigs use a heating element powered by a lithium battery, which in turn dissolves the nicotine into a type of e-cig liquid. The dissolution of nicotine in the different flavorings, however, uses many different solvents that contain harmful chemicals known as carbonol, which irritates and inflames lung cells. Carbonol can contain formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. Some of the solvents also have propylene glycol, a chemical that, when heated up and then inhaled, can produce formaldehyde levels to equal that of tobacco smoke. E-cigarette vapors also contain 4 times the amount of chromium and nickel than what is found in tobacco smoke. So what does all this mean for users? Studies have shown that the flavorings and chemicals found in e-cigs do lead to diminished lung function, lung inflammation and scarring, airway resistance, and cellular changes. Just because certain flavors are okay to eat does not mean they're okay to inhale. Since there really aren't any FDA regulations regarding what all is in an e-cig, the amount of chemicals, flavorings, and other substances can vary greatly between brands. In fact, the FDA found that the amount of nicotine in one flavored e-cig was twice as much as that in another, even though they were the same brand. But besides the flavorings, all e-cigs still have nicotine in them. Although the user can control the concentration of nicotine on the device, it's still a problem. Nicotine is an addictive substance that, when exposed to young people, can cause problems, including hindrances in brain development. Some e-cigs are often candy flavored and available to minors in many places, so it's no wonder that so many children are starting to use them. In 2014, a study showed that almost 200,000 students aged 12 to 18 had tried e-cigs without ever smoking before. This shows that just because e-cigs may be recommended for people to quit smoking, a lot of young people are turning to them simply for fun and because they think it's harmless. In the end, they're still ingesting a harmful drug and toxic chemicals. In fact, a lot of researchers believe that e-cigs can act as a gateway drug for young people. Because the use of e-cigs is still pretty new, we don't know what the long-term effects are on those that use them. This is pretty scary when you think about it. The other really scary thing is that liquid nicotine is in the e-cig cartridges. Nicotine in its raw form like this can easily kill an adult through absorption through the skin. Between 2010 and 2014, multiple poison control centers reported a significant increase in phone calls related to e-cig and nicotine use. These numbers went from roughly 1 call a month to over 200 calls. It's also worth noting that there can still be secondhand effects from vaping, just like there is for smoking. There are things called ultrafine particles that are emitted from the e-cig that can affect other people, which is proven to cause diminished lung health. So what does all this really mean? The bottom line is that although e-cigs are healthier than smoking regular cigarettes, they are not necessarily safe. Actually, most of what research has found about them has proven that they are not safe. In fact, even the American Lung Association has called for e-cigs to be banned. So let me put it to you this way. You wouldn't eat a piece of dirty candy you found on the floor, or at least I hope you wouldn't. But in reality, you know more about what's in that nasty piece of candy and what it will do to your body than users know about what is in an e-cig and the long-term effects it might have. So, is it worth it?